Hello to all my beautiful souls out there. Today I created a Valentine's Day look, which is obviously not your average look. I will be doing another look that's a little more tamed than this one. But I was just really inspired. I knew there was going to be thousands and thousands of different Valentine's Day looks, obviously from your favorites and from bigger names. So I wanted to just do something different. I wanted to switch it up and be bold because, as we know, bold is beautiful. And I was completely inspired, laying in bed, thinking about what I could do with this Morphe palette, and it just hit me. And that's how you got this look.
I know cut creases are huge right now. I haven't done one since probably last October, before they were like really popular. Like when they were first a new thing. That was the last time I had done one. But I went out the box a little and tried it out for the first time in forever, and I love the way it came out.
But anyway, if you're interested in this Valentine's Day look and learning how to perfect it, just keep watching, give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe. Thank you so much for all your support. I really appreciate it, guys. So let's finally jump into this video. We're going to take this Morphe palette, which was the whole inspiration for this look. I'm going to take these two colors that I just pointed to on a Sigma fluffy brush just to get some color into my crease. It's nothing dramatic or too noticeable. It's just a nice transition color to lay down before I go in with the heavier colors like the reds and the brighter colors, so that once I put those in there, it's a lot easier to blend out once I get in there. Then I'm taking this angled liner brush, which will be listed underneath. And I'm first going in with a lighter red. I didn't want to go in with anything too harsh and heavy, just in case I did make a mistake. So I'm going to start with more of an orangey red, just to start the outline, which good thing I did because I originally did the outline a little too high. In a few minutes or a few seconds here, I'm going to adjust where my line is, and then I will go in obviously with the darker red mixed in there, and that's when I'm going to define that cut crease more once I have good placement on where it's going to go and what I like. Depending on your lid and your eye shape, it's all gonna differ. So once I have that crease defined, for the most part, I'm going in with this BeccaXJaclynHill brush, which I will list down below. And I'm taking a light orangey red, and I'm blending out the red that's there, as well as blending in some of the orange red, just to give it a nice gradient effect. So it's a little darker than the original transition shade, but it isn't as dark as that red that I have as the defining cut crease color. Gotta find my concealer. Give me a second. So I'm going to take the smallest amount of my Master Conceal from, I believe, Maybelline. And I'm taking an eyeliner brush that comes with my L'Oreal eyeliner. I don't use it for my eyeliner, gel eyeliner anymore. So I figured it would be great because it's small, so it will make a nice, precise line, just like the slanted brush did with the cut crease. So I'm just using the concealer as my base before I go in with the white color that I'm using, just to define the cut crease a little more. It obviously from blending gets a little sloppy, so the concealer kind of just helps it along and helps it look sharper and more defined, and it also helps you hide and conceal any mistakes that you may have made with the actual eyeshadow, the powder eyeshadow itself. So that's just what I'm doing here. And now that I have that lid portion cut out a bit more, just going back in there with that slanted brush and more of that red color to give it more of a pop, to make it really stand out and be bold now that I know exactly where it needs to fall. So I'm just going in there and touching it up, which I'll do throughout the video, just until I get it to the intensity that I like. So now that we have our actual stencil for the cut crease pretty much, as well as the cutout for the lid, I'm going in with this Bare Minerals shadow. It's in the color Moonlit. It is a loose shadow. And I'm using that underneath my brow bone to give it a highlight. And then I'm taking a Bare Minerals fan brush and I'm going back into my Morphe palette to pick up those red-orange colors, just to give that cut crease more of a gradient effect. Just like I stated before, I just kind of go in and out, adding more color just to build the intensity until I liked the way it looked. Like I said, I was going for something very bold and different, but you don't want to go in too hard because it is a lot harder to take color off than it is to put it on, and I've learned that the hard way. So then I'm taking this beautiful MakeupGeek palette that I love oh so much and forgot all about for quite some time. This is Manny's collab palette with MakeupGeek. And I'm using that shade that I'm dipping into right there. I'm using that on my eyelid. So that color is the color Artemis from the palette. And I just then take a smaller brush and apply that to the lid right under the cut crease, just so it was more precise. The first brush I was using was a concealer brush from Bare Minerals, and it was just getting all over the place, which completely defeats the purpose of a cut crease. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just going in there being very careful to make sure that my cut crease stays defined and that I'm getting a lot of that color payoff from the makeup palette. And then the fun part. This is where I'm actually putting the glitter in between the cut crease and my lid. I'm using Kylie Cosmetics Yellow Gold Cream Shadow, which was a huge pain in the neck. It wasn't very pigmented, and it was really hard to find a good brush that would give enough pigment and still keep the cut crease precise. So I ended up going in with the pinker gold. It's like a rose gold from that MakeupGeek palette in, what is it called? Luna. So I kind of faded Luna into the gold Kylie Cosmetics glitter, and then I finally moved on to my liner. It's the same eyeliner brush that I used last time. I'm actually super in love with it. Shout out to Bare Minerals for making such a great eyeliner brush. It's so hard to find such good gel liner brushes nowadays because I like a really long and sharp wing. And a lot of these slanted brushes are too thick to create that. But this is a really, really great brush. And I'm just using the L'Oreal gel liner. It's super inexpensive. It's from the drugstore, but I literally have not found a blacker liner that stays and wears as well as this one. I used to use the MAC one, I think I mentioned in the last one, and it just does not compare. And then here I'm just going back over with the color Artemis just to make sure that there's that nice line in between my liner, the Artemis color, and then the Kylie glitter, and last but not least the actual red cut crease, which is the inspiring part of this whole Valentine's Day look. This look was definitely more artwork than just, you know, your casual everyday look, and it was a labor of love because there was a lot of blending and reapplying and blending and reapplying just until I got it absolutely perfect. After retouching everything up, I'm just going back in and blending the top portion out just to give it a nice perfect gradient effect. Going from that red to the orangey red all the way up to orange. And then we're moving on to the lashes. So this is what it looks like before the lashes. I actually love the way it came out. I was a little scared at first. I was a little hesitant, but I love the way it came out. And now onto the eyelashes. We're using Nicole's Lashes in Casually Glamorous. They're from Eylure Official. And I'm also using these brand new tweezers from the Makeup Academy. I've never used these. These are the actual tweezer, or not tweezer, eyelash tweezers. So they're longer and they're shaped to your eye, which I was hesitant about. But it actually made putting on the full lash so much easier. I don't know where I've been the past few years without these, so I'm super happy that I purchased these, and they were reasonably priced as well as the Nicole lashes. But I just thought they were very fun and flirty and feminine, which complemented the look perfectly. So here's the eye all finished, kind of like the before and after, and then I finished the rest of my face off camera, and this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoy it. It was definitely a labor of love. I don't think I finished filming until 1:30 in the morning, but I love the way it came out. It's definitely well worth it, and I hope you all love it as much as I did. I will see you guys very, very soon with a simpler look for Valentine's Day. Thanks, give me a thumbs up if you like it. XO, hugs and kisses. Mwah! Thanks so much, and I hope you all have a happy Valentine's Day. I'll see you next time.